And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Take a look at what Tucker's been doing. He has 15 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Publicly out there with Young. Then there's Brown. Then there's Johnson. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. And Bledsoe, here we go. Passes it to Len. Nets trail by 13.
The Suns training staff renowned around the league for their ability to keep players healthy. They're at the forefront, biomechanics and all that new school stuff. The results have been terrific. It's called preventative maintenance.
And Knight slams it in.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Williams against Bledsoe. And Williams, here we go. Williams, a screen on Knight. Johnson kicks to Williams. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Suns leading by 12. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, gentlemen, Gerald Green was the 18th pick back in 2005, but remember, he fell out of the league for a while, saying, quote, "I took things for granted. I didn't know how to be a pro, but I've learned from my mistakes. I understand now this is not a hobby, this is a job. Now I'm a better professional, a much better player, and I'm all about winning." Kevin?
Nice comeback story, Doris. Nice story. Thank you. Plumlee with the steal. Young outside. Brown with it. And it's Knight picking him up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
The Nets brought in a lot of talent before last season, and even though they had the big-name stars starting, they were actually a very deep team.
Guys, as you said, the Nets stars got a lot of the attention, but they would go to the bench often, and Steve, it would pay off for them.
Well, they were second in bench minutes played last year and also top 5 in points off the bench. So this was a deep roster, and it really came through for them. And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
And Young, here we go. And again, it's the Nets missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
That's good. And 11 points for Eric Bledsoe.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Nets. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And now look at Brandon Knight here. Solid year underway for him. He's putting up 17 points a game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Certainly not numbers he should be disappointed in, but we know what a high standard he holds himself to.
Well, quite honestly, I hope he's not disappointed. I mean, he's been giving them major contributions on a daily basis.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. White, he's checked in for Len. Morris comes in for Morris. And it's Archie Goodwin in for Eric Bledsoe. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. Darius Morris comes in for Darren Williams. Here's Morris. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. Morris passes to Lopez. And fouled hard that time. Won't get to the line and shoot 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man, tremendous size and shooting touch. He might be the best low post scorer in the NBA.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. Where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
And Lopez, over 7 foot tall, 275 pounds, guys, not especially athletic. And that can leave him, Steve, sometimes vulnerable defending away from the rim.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams try to put him in pick and roll on the perimeter, just to test his agility and try to get by him to get into the paint. Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but, you know, you got to be smart, too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
Now, here is Knight. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Rebound, Brooklyn. And Young, here we go. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Pass to Morris. Knight in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Morris kicks to Young. And it's Jordan with the jam. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Phoenix leading by 12. They've got Bledsoe. Laying out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Goodwin. And it's Tucker in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Len, good.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Here's Morris. And that one comes up a bit short.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there, great effort.
That's good. And it's 13 points for Eric Bledsoe. Nets trailed by 16. Johnson kicks to Caruso. Fires the 3. And it's Joe Johnson with the 3.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Morris dishes the land. Bledsoe outside. Here's Goodwin. Puts up a 3. Nets shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Johnson wide open. He fires. And it's Johnson again missing.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
It sure did.
I don't think anybody knew where it was going to go.
So for the Nets, Brown, he's checked in for Caruso. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Morris. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
The Suns making a change here. Knight's checked in. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That'll be his second foul of the game. Young's checked in for Lopez. On the wing, Williams. Guarded by Bledsoe. It's Williams with the drive. Just 4 to shoot. Johnson takes a big height bounce and goes in. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Bledsoe passes to Morris. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Len. Can't hit. Good defensive work there by Young.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Brown kicks to Williams. Baseline try.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Bledsoe kicks to Morris. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And the Suns lead by 16.
Wow, he's got such a sweet three-point stroke. The way he can shoot it, forcing opposing bigs out on the perimeter, can really open up the lane. And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
Here's Morris. Jacks up a 3. Nets trail by 16.
Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up to the Suns.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
With a solid strategy, building on that first win in this season series, they rack up another W to make it 2-zip. And with one left to play this year against the Nets.
Tucker dishes the Len. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
The Phoenix Suns franchise with the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Maybe we shouldn't have been surprised with their resurgent play last season. This is a franchise that throughout its history has found ways to win.
Well, when you look at the Suns 2 seasons ago, their worst winning percentage since the team's inaugural season, Clark, back in 1968.
And at that time, their 3rd straight season missing the playoffs. That hadn't happened since the 80s, but boy, did they bounce back in a big way.
They were tough last year, you're right. Brandon Wright's checked in for Phoenix. Here's Morris. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
Lopez grabs the board.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
And that is good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And that one's good. Right.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
The drive by Green. The pass to Goodwin. So it's the Suns winning easily here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game.